My roommate's harmless prank sent me into a coma for 6 years, and now I'm coming for my revenge. I'd lost 6 years of my life because Trevor thought it would be funny to spike my protein shake with GHB at our graduation party. The drug interaction with my undiagnosed heart condition had stopped my breathing long enough to cause severe brain damage. My mother sat beside the bed, aged a decade beyond her years, her hand trembling as she gripped mine. She'd spent 2,190 days visiting a son who couldn't recognize her face, couldn't speak his own name. Physical therapy started the morning after I woke up. My legs had forgotten how to walk. My hands couldn't grip a pencil. I was 24 years old with the motor skills of a toddler, and somewhere out there, Trevor was living the life that should have been mine. My younger sister Vanessa arrived with a laptop and 6 years of accumulated information. She'd kept everything: news articles about the incident, social media posts from the party, photos of Trevor's life progression, while I lay motionless in a hospital bed. He'd graduated from state with my intended degree. He'd gotten engaged to Melissa, the girl I'd been dating before the coma. He'd landed an associate position at a corporate firm downtown. Every milestone he'd achieved was built on the foundation of my destroyed future, and nobody had held him accountable because the prosecutors deemed it an accident. The anger came slowly at first, then all at once, like a dam breaking. I threw the laptop across the room, watching it shatter against the wall while Vanessa jumped back. My mother appeared in the doorway, her expression a mixture of relief that I was showing emotion and terror at what that emotion might become. She tried explaining that revenge wouldn't change anything, that I needed to focus on recovery and rebuilding my life. But she hadn't spent 6 years trapped in darkness while the person responsible walked free. Trevor had stolen my entire 20s, and the legal system had given him a slap on the wrist and probation. Insurance had covered the medical costs, but my parents had sold their house to afford the specialized rehabilitation facility. Meanwhile, Trevor posted vacation photos from Cabo on Instagram, living in a luxury apartment his corporate salary easily covered. Vanessa had become my unofficial investigator during my coma. She documented everything with the methodical precision of someone who understood that justice delayed might still arrive eventually. Trevor never visited the hospital, never apologized to my family, never acknowledged that his prank had consequences beyond an awkward moment. Physical recovery took 8 months of brutal work. The day I walked unassisted to the hospital cafeteria, my mother cried. Not tears of joy, but something deeper and more complicated. Relief that I'd survived mixed with grief for the son she'd lost. I wasn't the same person who'd gone to that graduation party. This new version was harder, angrier, focused, with an intensity that made people uncomfortable. Dr. Okonkwo called it trauma response. I called it clarity. Vanessa's investigation had uncovered something the police had missed or ignored. Trevor had spiked drinks at previous parties. She'd found 3 other victims through social media groups dedicated to party safety awareness. A girl named Destiny had woken up in a hospital after Trevor's sophomore year party with no memory of the previous 6 hours. A guy named Marcus had experienced severe reactions at a different party where Trevor had been present. Another woman refused to be named, but confirmed she'd suspected something in her drink at one of Trevor's gatherings. None had pressed charges because they couldn't prove anything, and Trevor's family had money for lawyers who made accusation costly. I spent weeks reading every legal document Vanessa had collected. The police report was a masterpiece of minimization. Officers had treated the incident as an accidental overdose rather than a potential assault. My mother kept suggesting I let it go, that dwelling on revenge would poison my recovery. She'd read articles about forgiveness being essential for healing, about how holding grudges damaged the person carrying them more than the target. Easy philosophy for someone who hadn't lost everything. Easy words from someone whose brain still worked the way it was designed to work. She meant well, but her platitudes felt like pressure to accept injustice quietly because fighting back might be uncomfortable for everyone watching. Vanessa had no such reservations. She'd spent 6 years watching Trevor thrive while our family struggled, and her anger matched mine in intensity, if not focus. She started mapping Trevor's current life with the same meticulous detail she'd applied to documenting his past. His apartment building was downtown, 3 blocks from his office. He walked to work every morning at 7:30, stopped at the same coffee shop, and took the same route. His routines were predictable, his security practically non-existent. He'd gotten comfortable in his unpunished freedom, and that's when I started my revenge. Full story is linked below or on my channel.